Hey, my Pilates people, welcome to my channel, Connect and Move. My name is Jessica. Today I have for you a focused tower session. We will be using the push through bar for a majority of the session, if not all. We're gonna start with it sprung from below. So make sure you have your safety strap on. And that's just one spring. Just pick whichever side, it doesn't matter. So focus work today, all that means is just moving with a little bit more intention today, and just slowing things down and just getting really deep into the work, right? Great for all levels. And all I ask of you is just to honor your body, please, right? You need to make adjustments for your equipment, for your body, right? Please do so. So that's all you'll need to start. We will be doing some kneeling at some point. So if you need a pad for that, go ahead and grab it. Otherwise, sprung from below, safety strap on, and let's get moving. All right, so we're going to be starting with footwork, but on the other side of the push through bar. So I'm going to kind of scoot under here, place my toes up onto the bar. Now, when your legs go straight, depending on how tight you are, the more flexible you are, your hips are going to go further under the bar. The less flexible, you're going to start further away. So I'm going to scoot in a little bit. I know I'm not making this look super graceful. And then once you feel like you're in a good position, all right, just make sure that you have all 10 toes on, equal weight across the balls of your feet. You're in hip socket distance apart. So just go ahead and just bend the knees, pull the bar into you, and just see, okay, am I really in the right spot, or do I need to scoot forward or back, right? Again, adjust accordingly. So go and press the bar back up. And then let's start with your arms reaching up to the sky, and then go ahead and grab onto your forearms or your elbows. Pull them apart, but push the forearms up and feel how that opens up your upper back and your ribs imprint into the mat. Your tailbone is long and heavy. We're in this kind of long, flat imprint here. Keep your heels high, and then keep your imprint as you bend your knees. Pull the bar into you, and then press the bar back up. We exhale, pull the bar into you. Inhale, press back up. Think of the weight being into that middle to back part of your pelvis, and keep it there as you pull the bar in. I notice I already had to limit range a little bit. And that imprinting of those back ribs should stay the same as our legs move. All this is you squatting down to pick something up off the floor, getting up and out of your seat. Let's do 2 more like this. Think of those toes just kind of wrapping up and over the bar. Last one, hold it here. Now, if you want to keep your arms here, if it feels good, go for it. Otherwise, I'm going to try my arms down and just see if I can keep that rib connection to the mat, all right? So from here, keep the legs straight, and now flex at the ankle, push the heels up, and then point out through the toes to lift the heels. We flex. Think center of your heels goes up to the sky. And then point, think of pushing the bar towards that wall in front of you. We flex, still keep the imprint of the ribs. Another option with the arms is to push or straighten the arms and punch the fists up to the sky. If you took my reformer class from yesterday, we talked a lot about this kind of back rib connection to the mat. Really good stuff. Good. The bar is squeaky today. Last one here. Flex and point. Now go ahead and shift onto the arches of the feet. Wrap the toes up and over, but push the heels under. All right, so we've got a working of a flex of the foot, but the toes are just wrapping up and over. Go ahead and pull the bar into you, bend the knees, and then press it back up. Again, weight is into that middle back part of your pelvis. Pull it into you, and then drive it back up. So the further you pull the bar into, the more I want you to flex at the ankle. Pull the bar down. So just like footwork on the carriage, we're working that pull home and back up. Really think of deepening through the hip creases as those knees bend. Let's do 2. And last one. All right, now I want you to bend the knees, okay? And then let's take this slow, all right? Keep that pull and that push of the bar away, and then give me a little tuck of the pelvis. Try to hover your tailbone up off the mat so my ribs are still anchored. I'm rounding through the spine. I'm using my stomach muscles, and then roll back down. Send the weight to that middle back part of your pelvis, and then press the bar back up. Pull the bar into you, and then tailbone curls under. Use the bar, right? You're pushing it away, and then roll back down. It's like a high floating bridge. Press the bar back up. Arms can be down or up, totally up to you. Curl the pelvis under. Feel like your tailbone's gonna go right up to your knees, and then roll back down. Send the hips away, and then press back up. All right, this next one we're gonna play. So bar pulls into you, tailbone curls under. You decide how high up you want to go with this bridge, okay? But now keep the shape of your spine, okay? Keep the connection to your seat, and now press the bar up a little bit and pull it into you. Press the bar up a little bit, pull it into you. If you can go straight legs, you go straight legs. That's okay. I'm not going there today. Keep reaching your big toes up and over, and the inner edges of your heels down and under. Relax the neck. And keep rounding through that tailbone. Let's do 3. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling my backside here. 2. And last one. Pull the bar into you, lengthen through the waist and the hips, send the hips down, straighten the legs up. All right, we come up onto the heels. All right, so feel energy up through your heels and down through your hips here. All right, ribs again are still imprinted into the mat. See that your toes look relatively the same, all right? Meaning you don't have, we're not rolling out, we're not rolling in, okay? So now all I want you to do is point the toes, reach the toes up to the sky, and then flex. Feel like those heels are reaching kind of under the bar. We point, bar's gonna move a little bit, and we flex. Pull even those pinky toes back. So like for me, I'm really feeling, I'm seeing that I'm rolling out on that left side. So I'm having to shift just a hair more weight into the inner edge of that left heel. And what's great about this position is you can see if you need to make these adjustments. And honestly, when I do that, I feel like the nastiest but good, juicy stretch on my left side. Oh, but it's like I really, it's just, it's deep. That stretch is needed. Okay, one more. Keep the feet flexed. Find weight right through the center of the heels, meaning you're just even. And now bend the knees, pull the bar into you, and then press it back up. Bend the knees, pull it into you, and press it back up. Think of pushing the big balls of your feet forward a little bit and the pinky toes pulling back. And your thighs, shins, legs are still parallel. Arms can be wherever. I've just been kind of playing around with my arm position today. My push-through bar is squeaky today. Let's do 3. Anybody feeling your postural muscles? I'm starting to feel my back here. Last one. Press that bar up. Slide back down onto your toes. Find a little bit more of the balls of your feet onto the bar and the toes are just wrapping up and over. You're going to take your left foot down to the floor, not down to the floor, down to the mat, so your knee is bent. Find equal weight into your hips. All right, keep that equal weight, and now we flex the right foot and then point the toes. Flex, point the toe, reach the toe up and over. Feel like you're pushing that bar towards the wall. Feeling all kinds of things up through the hip here. Let's do 3 and 2. And last one. Left foot comes on, realign yourself, right foot comes down. All right, equal weight into your hips. We flex and point. It's an active flex at the ankle. And think equal weight across the balls of your feet. So on this side, I really feel like I'm kind of twisting a little bit. So I have to really think of reaching up and into the bar. And I just felt my left hip kick on when I did that. So just play around with that. Let's do 4. Drive right through the center of that heel. 3. Ribs imprinted. 2. And last one. Go ahead and carefully bring that bar down. Okay. And we're going to come up and we're just going to spin around and come lying on your back. Lying underneath the push through bar. All right, so find a position that when you take your hands onto the bar and you straighten your arms, that your hands are somewhat over your shoulders. Okay, somewhere thereabouts. I find the further away you are from the bar, the harder this is going to be, okay? My legs are just zipped up, knees bent, feet pressing down. They're active, all right? So from here, wrap your fists around. So really see that your wrists are as straight as you can get them here. And you're really pushing out through the first and second knuckles. We have that imprint again, but with the tailbone long and heavy, right? So we're not tucking to get the imprint, okay? I want you to push the bar up and away, find protraction. And now find retraction, shoulder blades kind of wrap around and try to hug the spine. Protraction, bar pushes up, low ribs imprint. Now keep the imprinting of the low ribs as you find a little bit of retraction. The ribs are going to move, or you're going to feel the shoulder blades kind of moving around. The ribs might feel like they have to, I guess, move out of the way. It's okay if there's a little bit, but don't exaggerate it. All right, push the bar up and back down. Last one like this. Find a little bit of a pull apart on that bar. All right, now we push the bar up, okay? Keep your left hand on. Just take your right hand down. It doesn't matter where. All right, and just hold here. Equal weight into your hips, equal weight into your ribs. Can we do that same thing here? Little retraction, little protraction, little retraction, protraction. Last one. Protraction, retraction. Go ahead and find center, stabilize here. Right hand comes on, left hand wherever. Try to find center here. Equal weight into the mat, protraction, retraction. Here, I really got to think about that right rib cage sinking down. Let's do 2. And 1, take both hands back on, reset here. Again, pull apart on the bar. And now keeping your tailbone heavy, can you pick your head up and look down at your low abdomen, right? I'm thinking of lifting my crown of the head up to the bar, but also pushing the bar up to the ceiling. And then just lengthen all the way back down. Let's do that again. Push the bar up, create space between the chest and the bar. Head picks up, look down at your low belly. We hold, 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 and then lengthen back down, down, down. Again, we come up, really feel the low rib connecting down into the mat. Keep it like that as you come all the way down. Think of pushing the bar to your thighs. Last one like this. We come up. Take a moment if it feels like it's starting to get into your neck. This is a tough move. And then come all the way down. Reset, find your long imprint. And now I want you to bend the elbows narrow and then just straighten the arms. Elbows bend narrow. Think of them reaching towards your hips so the sides of your neck lengthen and they stay long as the arms go straight. You might feel The back of the arms kick on a little bit. And I actually put my thumbs with fingertips here. If you feel okay with that, go for it. Just find it's nicer on the wrists. Think of those elbows spiraling in. Nothing changes in your waist and in your spine. Let's do 2. Last one, hold it up there. Find your Lego grip again, meaning thumbs under, fingertips on top. And now I want you to take your right hand behind your head, right? Head stays down, head pushes kind of back into your hand. And now as I push the bar up, find protraction. Could you now try to lift that left shoulder girdle up off the mat, maybe turn your head to the right a little bit, and then back to center, control the bar back down. So not quite coming up into a chest lift. If you're able to, go for it. I'm not quite there today. I'm going to push the bar up, create space between the chest and the bar. Left shoulder blade lifts up. I'm going to turn my head to the right, keep the weight into that left hip, and then back to center. Ooh, I'm really feeling that left chest muscle. Press it up, equal weight into your hips, find your inner thighs, turn your head to the right, and then back to center. Right hand on, left hand behind your head. All right. I press up. Right shoulder blade tries to lift up, equal weight into the hips, and then back to center. A lot more movement on this side. I press up, ribs spiral, pelvis stays stable, and then back to center. Again, last one here. Pull that sternum back, push the bar up, turn your head to the left, and then back to center. Go ahead and take both hands on and carefully guide the bar down. And then we go ahead and switch it to sprung from above. All right, so one sprung from above. It doesn't matter what side. We're going to get into some extension work. So I want you to take the bar with you when you lie down on your stomach. Sorry, boo-boo. All right, make sure that you are centered on your mat when you come lying down. When your arms are straight, your hands are going to be in line with your uprights or your rails. Go ahead and take your forehead or your head down into the mat. And I just want you to find this long line of energy out through the crown of your head, out through your fists, down through your tailbone, and out through your big toes. Press your big toes into the mat and your shins, even if your shins aren't touching. Just think of them pressing down and into the mat. Lengthen the tailbone and open up your pelvis to the mat as well. Find that pull apart on the bar. Bend your elbows wide. And when you're here in this position, I want you to think of creating space in your upper back rather than squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then press the bar away. Forehead stays down. Bends the elbows wide. Think of the bottom tips of your shoulder blades pulling apart and then straighten back out. Again, bends the elbows wide. Think of creating space between your ears and the shoulders, shoulders in your neck, and then press back out. Oh, I think this feels so good. Again, bend. Elbows try to touch the side walls and then back out. All right. Keep the pull apart, wrap the fists up and over, press down through your big toes and your shins. And then could you now try to lift your low abdomen up off of the mat? Could you try to lift your upper abs up off of the mat? And how about your upper ribs? Maybe your chest floats up and hold here. Keep your big toes pressing down and hold. 2, 3, and then lower all the way down. Now, if you were thinking, my belly's not leaving the mat, it's okay. You're just thinking about it, right? So everything is down again. Bend your elbows wide, 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 and then press them back out. Keeping the arms straight, we press down into the bar. Low belly lifts, low ribs lift. Maybe we hover off of the mat this time. Keep looking down if you can. Find a little bit more space between ears and shoulders, and then come all the way down. Forehead hits the mat. Bend the elbows wide. Stretch back out. Okay, try to keep the big toes connected to the mat. It's very tough for me, so if you see my lifting, just, know that we're just all in this, just trying together, all right? So low belly lifts, low ribs lift. Try to hover your chest up. Come to a point where you're like, okay, I cannot go any further. And then without changing the shape of your low back, take your gaze up, push your chest forward like it was going to touch that bar. Lift up into your extension, keep the big toes pressing down, and then we come forward, head drops, round up and over, and then come all the way down. Bend the elbows wide. Let's do that again. Legs are neither forced apart, neither together. They're just strong and reaching long. Low belly lifts, low ribs lift. Chest comes forward. Push the chest through the arms. Gaze comes up, collarbones open. And then as we come down, lift up through the ribs. Lift up through the ribs. Think of that being the last thing to touch the mat. All the way down. Bend the elbows wide. One more here. I know this is a lot of shoulder girdle work. Last one here. Ribs, chest, belly. Come all the way up. And now find that spiraling of the elbows in. We pull the bar to you, elbows bend narrow. Press the bar back out. Really work the lift up through the ribs and back out. Keep the big toes pressing down. Again, shoulder girdle stays stable, spine stays stable. So we have 3. Stable. I don't know what I said. 2. And last one, straighten the arms back out, drop the head, round up and over. Ribs are the last thing to hit. Come all the way down. All right, let's carefully float the bar up and just go ahead and sit your hips back to your heels. Find a little stretch, a little child's pose here. All right, now we're gonna come lying down on your back. When your legs are straight out in front of you, your feet will be in line with your uprights. And go ahead and lie all the way down. Okay. So go ahead and take your arches, balls of the feet, arches, maybe kind of a blend of the two, up onto the bar, hip socket distance apart. All right. So kind of like your footwork, I want you to find that anchoring down through the ribs, that lengthening of the tailbone away, and just your long line here. All right, start to pull the bar into you and then press it down and through. Straighten the legs out. Have you lost the imprint of those ribs? Oof, I know I have. Pull the bar into you. Knees will bend. And now press the bar up so your legs go straight. Here maybe is an opportunity to get those ribs down. And then for me on this one, I'm going to go ahead and take my arms up to the ceiling just so I can get that protraction. And now bend the knees, pull the bar into you. Feel how right here the weight kind of shifts back into your ribs. Can you keep it into your ribs as you press the bar through? Notice how you have to push down onto the bar and bar pulls in and up. All right. Imagine your hands. So if your arms are up like me, imagine you're pushing that push through bar up like we did in the beginning of class. And up. Last one here. Pull the bar into you. Like you're doing a little hamstring curl. And now push the bar away. Find straight legs if you can. Okay. So feel that this push down comes from your seat. Again, ribs are imprinted. And now if it's available, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and then look down at your low belly here, all right? If you want, you can grab onto your legs. Your hands can come behind your head. We have a lot of options here. If your hands are behind your head, I want you to push your head into your hands. Elbows are forward so we get that strong protraction. Keep the bar stable. Bring your right knee into your chest. And then press it back out. Right foot comes down, left knee comes into your chest, and then back out. So bar doesn't move. Pelvis and spine doesn't move. Low ribs are staying bolted to the mat. You can do this with your head down. Let's do 3. Weight into the middle back part of your pelvis. 2. And last one. Both legs are down. Both feet are down. And now pull the bar into you and then press it away. Pull the bar into you. Find your stomach muscles here. Keep your stomach muscles connected as you push the bar away. Maybe curl up higher. Exhale, pull the bar in. Inhale, push it away. Keep looking down at your low belly. Pull it in. Inhale, push it away. Keep pushing down, down, down into the bar. Last one. And push it away. Hold here. Again, bar doesn't move. Float your right leg straight up to the sky and lower it down. Left leg straight up and down. Weight stays into the middle back part of your pelvis. I cannot stress that enough. It's very easy to want to tuck for my tight people here. Remember, your head can always go up or down. Let's do 3. And 2. Last one. Both feet come down. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders all the way down. Oh, anybody else feel your stomach? All right, pull the bar into you. Press the bar up so your legs go straight. All right, so from here, think of the toes just reaching long and over the bar. Before we start to lift up, I want you to find your butt muscles here. Think sits bones coming together as one right from the get-go. Arms are anchored down, or I guess they could be up. Start to tilt your pelvis back. Roll yourself up into your straight leg bridge. Keep pushing the bar away, almost like your thighs were being pulled out of your hip sockets. And then roll down through your spine. Find that strong imprinting of those back ribs into the mat and keep them imprinted as the rest of your spine articulates down. Fully release the tailbone at the bottom. Let's do that again. Pelvis rolls back. Close those sits bones. Close them, close them, close them. And then keep pushing the bar away as you lengthen and roll down, roll down, roll down. Really find that true articulation, that true bone by bone. Again, roll your hips up. Long reaching toes, inner thighs are hugging together even if they're apart. And then roll down. Find a little bit more length out through the crown of the head and come all the way down. Last one here. Roll your hips up. Find your seat. And now hold here with your hips lifted. Can you bend the knees a little bit and then press the bar back up? Pull the bar into you a little bit and press it back up. Pull it into you a little bit. Press it back up. Stay connected to your butt creases here. Let's do 3. Hang in there. And 2. Long neck. Last one. Legs go straight and then roll down through your spine. Light push of the back of the head into the mat and roll all the way down, 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 shake it out. All right. Bend the knees, push the bar down and through. One last time. Bend the knees, push the bar up. All right. Let's go ahead and take your feet off. Bring your knees into your chest. And let's go ahead and roll you up. Take your feet up against your uprights. So if in order for you to sit up tall here, you have to have a soft bend to the knees, go for it, okay? But I would like you to feel kind of energy down through your heels, but also pushing forward with your heels. Go and take your hands onto the bar, about shoulder width distance apart, all right? And you're gonna find this strong flat back, and now just straighten the arms up, and then feel the lift or push of the bar. It doesn't come from your neck, it comes from your middle back, right? So reach up The spine is growing up tall to push the bar up. And now give me a little bit more of a push into the heels as you start to roll yourself back. The legs might eventually straighten, and then lean back here. All right, get yourself sorted. If you got to move some cheeks out of the way here, do so, okay? So from here, I'm just kind of hanging on the bar, but my neckline is still long, okay? Find a little tuck of the tail here and push through the heels as if your pelvis could float up off of the mat, all right? And then just hold here, and then just relax back down, okay? You might actually feel the bones lift, but obviously cheeks are still touching, okay? So I'm gonna find a little press down into the bar, push through the heels, pubic bone to navel, and try to lift up, all right? I'm finding myself wanting to push through my toes, but I gotta push through my heels and then just relax back down. All right, so on this next one, we're gonna play with the bar a little bit, okay? So push through your heels, push down into the bar, little tuck of the pelvis under. Take a big breath in here. On your exhale, can you press the bar down just a little bit more to get deeper into this rounded shape? And then inhale back up. Try to keep that pelvis kind of hovering off the mat. Exhale, we press and inhale back up. Think of getting long in this rounded shape. Press deep in the curve and then inhale back up. Last one here. Exhale, press. And now keep pressing and then push the bar down and through. Obviously, the pelvis has now come back down onto the mat. So as I'm pushing the bar through, I'm trying to keep the weight back into my pelvis. And then from here, center spine rolls back, leads the way. And then push the bar up to the sky. Soft bend of the knees. Remember, it's that middle back that's lifting up to push the bar up. And now we kind of roll back. Center spine rolls back. Find that little tuck of the pelvis, little hover of the pelvis. Push the bar down and through. Keep the weight back into your pelvis. I'm saying that because it's very tempting to shift all of the weight forward, but when we keep the weight into the hips, the stretch should intensify. Keep the pull apart of the bar. Center spine leads the way. We push the bar up. Let the knees soften. We lift, lift, lift. Last one here. Energy out through the heels. We push the bar through. So as I'm pushing the bar forward, my center spine and my ribs are pulling back in opposition. And then roll back, roll back, roll back. All right, we push the bar up. Find that flat back. Okay, now I want you to take your right hand, grab onto the upright. I don't care if it's palm, which way the palm is facing, it's just wherever you can today. So I'm gonna try and square off to you. So my right hand is on the bar, my left hand is onto the push through bar. And I'm gonna try to straighten my legs. And I'm gonna find that growing tall through the crown of my head. And then I'm gonna come back to center, both hands on. Push the bar up and through. Up, up, up. Left hand is gonna grab on. And then keep pushing the bar up, pushing through your heels. I'm having to think of getting a little bit more weight into that left hip. And then we come back to center, push the bar all the way up. Strong straight arms, strong flat back. And now one more time each side. Maybe try a different grip on this side. I'm gonna think of that spiraling up off of my hips, grow taller, open up your chest a little bit more, and then back to center. Push the bar up, get taller. Ooh, my legs are getting straighter. And then we grab on again. Left hand on, remember this is your last one here. Grow taller. Think of growing longer on the sides of your neck and your waist. And come back to center. Last push up, up, up. And then relax down. Ooh, that one always gets me, but in between each twist, I feel like I'm able to reach and my legs get straighter and I don't feel as like stuck. Oh, so good. Okay, so let's flip you around. Let's do a little teaser here. So I'm gonna lie down, grab your bar on the way down. Alrighty. So kind of like how we did in the beginning when the spring was from below, when my arms are straight, I'm going to start with them, my hands over my shoulders, thereabouts, adjust accordingly, okay? And I'm going to start with my knees bent, legs zipped up, and I'm pushing down through my feet, all right, as if I was going to do a bridge, but I'm not, okay? So big toes, inner ankle bones, inside of the knee, upper thigh bones are all kind of like spiraling in towards one another. And I've got that long, heavy tailbone here. I'm going to try to keep that energy through the legs, pull the bar apart, pick your head up, look down at your low belly here, and just hold. Have you lost the connection through the big toes, through the inner ankle bones? And then just go ahead and lower right back down. I can tell I need to scoot back just a smidge more for today. Okay, so let's do that again. Reconnect the legs, pull apart on the bar, lift your head up. Think of lifting the head up to the bar first. Then can you come up, 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 and hold here. So it's very tempting to want to come all the way up to this like flat back, even extension. But I want you to come to that challenge point where your spine is super rounded, abs are pulled in really deep. This is my challenge point here, all right? Find that point for you, and then lengthen through the waist, roll down, find that imprint of those ribs, keep it as your head comes all the way down. Let's do that again. Pick the head up like it's trying to lift up to the bar, and then roll up to that challenge point here. This is where I really don't want to be, but I'm going to be here for today. Hold here. Find a little bit more length on the sides of the neck. Push the bar towards your thighs this time as you roll back down, down, down. All right. You're going to keep the thighs super glued. Straighten your right leg out in parallel. Imagine your right leg was being pulled out of the socket right now, okay? Equal weight into your hips. Pick your head up, roll up to that challenge point. Roll up here, hold it, pull that bar apart, hold it, pull those ribs in so deep, and then roll back down. Your right leg doesn't move. Again, pick the head up, look down at that low belly, hold here, pull those ribs in deep, 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 and then roll back down. Place the foot down. Your left leg shoots out long. Equal weight into both hips. All right, pull the bar apart. Pick your head up. Look down at your low belly. Come up to that challenge point. Hold it. Imagine you were on a rounded mat right now. Press the ribs into that mat. And then roll back, roll back, roll back. Again. Head picks up. Roll up. Keep reaching those left toes away. Hold it. Round more, and then roll back, roll back, roll back. All right. So could you now straighten both legs out? If straight legs is not for you, find your knees bent. Okay. So find again that long, heavy imprint. All right. Pull the bar apart. Pick your head up. Roll up to that challenge point. Hold it here. Hold it. Find your inner thighs. Find that big toe, inner ankle bone, inside of the knee connection. Keep your legs where they're at. Roll down, roll down, roll down. Find that long, heavy imprint. Ooh, try to keep those legs where they're at. Only 2 more here. Come on. Come up. Come up. Come up. Keep the legs still. Roll back. So my legs, I really want to pull them into me, but I'm going to try not to let it happen. Again, roll up, roll up, roll up. And now, could you reach your right arm forward? Could you reach your left arm forward? So we've let go of the bar now. Hold here, hold here. Reach for your toes, pull your ribs back. Hold, hold, and then go ahead and lower the feet down. Not just seated. Do you feel your stomach? I did. Okay, let's come up. Grab your knee pad if you need for kneeling. We're going to stay on this sprung from above here. So let's just do a quick test run here. I'm not quite a straight arms distance away, maybe a half arms distance. I'm gonna step my left foot out. So obviously I'm facing to you, my bar is to my right hand is gonna be on, left foot out. So I'm gonna try to get everything in line. Foot, knee, hip, knee, hand, all these things. Check, 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 check. All right, so I'm just gonna push the bar down and then find a side bend. And I'm just gonna feel like, I feel okay here. Maybe I could scoot a little bit closer. I do want the bar to come pretty close between the uprights because that's where it's gonna be most stable and I'm gonna get the most support. So the further away you are, the harder this is gonna be. So go ahead and come back up. All right, drop the tailbone and feel like your pubic bone is coming forward, but also up. Push down into your right shin and give me a hard flex of that left foot. So right now I'm also thinking of my thighs hugging in towards one another. And I just felt my left butt cheek kick on. Bar presses down, left arm is gonna come up. Keep the inner thigh connection and now we side bend up and over. Up and over, up and over. Think of pulling the bar into you as you guide it back up. The elbow can bend to lift the bar up. Now, take note of the weight that you have in your left foot and your right shin. Don't let the weight shift out of that left foot. Press the bar down. Side bend up and over. Much harder. Because I keep wanting to lean to the right. Bar pulls in. I stack up tall. Right shoulder stays drawing away from that ear. Again, press it down. I come up and over. So I'm not caving down. I'm still lifting up through my bottom ribs. Now keep the weight into the foot and the shin. And now twist your upper body a little bit and come back to center. I twist my upper body a little bit and come back to center. Last one. As I twist, I'm thinking of lifting up through the chest, up through the ribs, and then back to center. I stack back up, guide the bar back up. Okay, now if those felt good and challenging for you, good, stay there. Otherwise, we're gonna attempt to pick this leg up. Attempt, all right, we'll see. Arm comes up, press the bar down, side bend up and over. Now I have to shift my weight towards the bar. Obviously, right, if this foot is gonna float up, okay? Now, could you float that leg up or float that foot up, right? Do whatever you'd like with your top arm. Keep dropping your tailbone and opening up that right hip to the wall in front of you. All right, so hold here. Can you now sweep that leg forward a little bit and sweep it back? Can you sweep it forward a little bit? Sweep it back. Sweep it forward. Sweep it back. Now reach that top arm up and overhead, find center. As the leg sweeps back, twist your upper body towards the floor. And as it sweeps forward, I'm gonna twist my upper body towards the ceiling. Notice how that bar wanted to kick up, at least it did on me. It's a little spiral action. Strong push down into that bottom shin. Let's finish out this rep. Leg sweeps forward. I open my chest. Go ahead and find center. Flex the foot, place it down, and then come all the way up. Control it up. All right, I'm now gonna pivot, face my push through bar here. And I'm kind of about that same distance, that half of an arm's distance away. So legs, shins, hip socket distance apart. I'm gonna press my big toes, the tops of my feet and the shins down into the mat. My tailbone is dropped, pubic bone is forward and up. Press the bar down, hold here, okay? Drop your head or drop your chin and start to roll forward, roll forward. And now when you come forward, you're like, okay, if I go any further, I'm gonna do more of a flat back. Just hold here. Can you push into your shins and the tops of your feet more? Can you round a little bit more? And then go ahead and roll yourself up, stacking up tall. All right, let's do that again. Shins stay pushing down. They're gonna wanna lift as you round forward. Keep dropping your tailbone. Hold here, all right? Keeping the connection to your shins, can you find 50% of your weight forward and 50% of your weight into your legs? So tough. All right, with straight arms, pull the bar into you, drop the tailbone, open up the front of the hips, and come all the way up. We only have one more, but we're going to play around with the arms. All right, drop the chin. Keep tucking the tail between the legs. Find that forward fold here. Can you keep your 50-50 and now bend your elbows narrow, ooh, and straighten them back out? It's so tough. So try not to let your hips shift back and forth. They stay stable in space. Big toes stay pressing down. Keep lengthening through the sides of your neck. We've done this a few other times. Let's do 3 and 2. And last one, find those arms straight, pull the bar into you to come all the way up. We have the other side to do. Let's do it. All right, let's do it. Left hand on. We pivot. All right, right foot out. Strong flex of that foot. Well, that doesn't feel nice on the knee. There we go, fixed it. All right, so do just a quick tester and see if you feel supported there. All right, so get everything in alignment, knee, hip, foot, ankle, all the things. So energy out through that right heel, left shin stays pushing down, my tailbone is dropped, and I'm thinking of my legs hugging in towards one another. All right, inner thighs at the party. Right arm comes up, I push the bar down, I come up and over. Remember, we're keeping the weight into that right foot as well. Pull the bar into you as you come back up. Meaning keep 50% of your weight between both legs. We press the bar down, come up and over. Front of the ribs are soft, but the chest is open. And then come all the way back up. All right, last one like this. Front of the hips are nice and open. And then back up. Okay, now we come down, side bend up and over. All right, try to stabilize your lower half. We twist the upper body a little bit and then back out. Create as much space between that top hand and that back foot as you can. Oh, this twist feels good. Lift up through the sternum, up through the chest, and back to center. Go ahead and come all the way up. All right, now we add that lift of the leg. So we press down, side bend up and over. Shift your weight towards your tower. Can you hover that right leg up? Okay. Can you open up the front of your hips more? Now sweep the leg forward and sweep it back. I don't care if you point and flex here, just do what feels natural. There's a lot of things going on. Keep dropping the tailbone. All right, now as the leg sweeps back, upper body rotates, big, long, twisty spiral. Leg sweeps forward, upper body twists. We're trying to stabilize that push through bar, but you know, things. Doing what we can. This is definitely one of my nemesis here, that and teaser. Use the bar to your advantage though. Let it help you get deeper into that twist. One more rep here. Make that right leg a little bit longer. Reach it back. Open up the front of your hips a little bit more. Find center. Place the foot down. We carefully come all the way up. All right. We'll do one more little thing here. I'm going to scoot pretty close to my bar. We can always adjust, okay? My shins still hip socket distance apart. I'm going to take my hands and replace them on my upper butt cheeks, okay? Like I had high-waisted pants on, my hands were going into my back pockets. I'm going to kind of traction my booty down, right? To accentuate that lengthening of the tailbone and the opening of the front of my hips. Push down through your shins and your big toes. And now just lean back a little bit. Keep tractioning your hips or the back of your hips down and then come right back up. Okay, let's do that again. I'm going to lean back a little bit and then come right back up. My gaze is just forward. If you want to take it up, you can. Find your inner thighs, especially as you come up. So this tractioning down should hopefully keep your low back nice and long, right? And then of course, keep the front of your hips open. Let's do it one more time, but let's add in a little baby extension. So I'm gonna push those booty cheeks down. I'm gonna lean back. Now, keep your low back exactly how it is. Puff up your chest to the ceiling. Take your gaze up the ceiling. Maybe you lean back even further. Keep pushing the back of your hips down, and then nod your chin, take your gaze down, and come all the way back up. Hello, thighs. Okay, so imagine your hands are back there the whole time. Imagine you had 4 hands. Okay, you're an alien now. Hands come onto the bar. All right, so traction the booty down, open up the front of your hips. Just let yourself fall back with control. So the arms are gonna go straight, and then maybe your chest puffs up. Maybe now you push the bar down to help lift the chest up, up, up. Take the gaze down, soften through the chest and the ribs, and then just row yourself right back up. Adjust forward or back if you need, okay? You'll know what you need to do. Find your inner thighs. I'm gonna press myself back. And then from here, if it's available, bar, I'm gonna push it down to lift the chest up, right? There's my chest expansion right there. I'm just doing it in a big old back bend. Roll the chest open, take the gaze down, soften through the ribs, and row yourself right back up. Only have one more, and then we're done, y'all. That's it. All right, big toe, shins, push down. I'm gonna push myself out. Push the bar down, chest rolls open, shoulders roll open. Keep tractioning the back of your hips down. Nod the chin. Row yourself up. We're done. That was it. That was amazing. Oh, again, good work. But I got some good stretches out of it, and I hope you did too. Let me know what you thought about this session. It's the last one of the year. So I hope to see you on Thursday, and I appreciate you being here. Thanks, y'all.